Hi, my name is Ellis Beecher, and for my video submission, I decided to answer the question, collaboration and strong leadership are essential in this industry. Share an example of how you've demonstrated leadership or teamwork in school, your community, or at work. So I have an example from when I was at school. I've been on our yearbook staff at East Forsyth for 4 years now. And in yearbook, I've had a lot of opportunities to grow as a leader and in working with other students. And so my sophomore year, I was able to be a team lead, which meant that I led a small group of people in gathering content and creating pages and just anything else they might need help with. And then as a junior, I actually moved up to become a head team lead, which meant that I did all of the jobs of a regular team lead while also helping my other team leads do their jobs and make sure they knew what they were supposed to be doing. So one particular day, our editor-in-chiefs were not in the room and we had a big situation with the page. We didn't have enough pictures to fill out the content and the opportunity to take photos had passed. And so we just weren't sure what to do with this page. We were like, we can't gather any more content. There's nothing we can do. And everybody was really freaking out over what our next steps would be. So I called the team leads outside of the room to meet together, and I led everyone in just taking a deep breath and talking out the situation. So we talked about what was missing from the page, why that happened, what needed to go better next time, and then we talked about what our plan was to get this page back on track. So we talked about a lot of different things that we could have done. We talked about getting photo submissions from other students, cutting the page altogether was an option, and we finally landed on changing the topic of the page. We decided that a good way to cover more people and use this page to the fullest would be to make it a page full of underrepresented clubs. And so we wanted to give them more of a spotlight. And so everybody decided that that was a good plan, and we went back into the room and I set up the team that was assigned the page, I redistributed jobs, and I made sure everybody felt good about what they were doing, and they started working on that. But unfortunately, we didn't have our editor-in-chiefs in the room, and so somebody still had to pitch the idea to them, and we were all a little nervous that they wouldn't like it. But I volunteered to pitch the idea to them anyway, and I just went to them and I talked it out and I explained the situation that the page was going to be undercovered and that this might be a good opportunity to showcase some people that we don't regularly showcase in our books. And to my surprise and relief, the editors loved the idea. They were really excited about covering those clubs, and they even invited me to help work on the design of the page. So I worked with our advisor to design the page and make it the best it could be, and it turned out to be a really great spread, and everybody was super happy with it. And so it was just an amazing opportunity to work with my fellow students to turn something that could have gone so poorly into something so amazing. And it's actually so great that we decided to do it again in our yearbook this year. And this opportunity really allowed me to show my leadership, which is one of the reasons that our advisor picked me to move up into the editor-in-chief spot this year and run our yearbook publication. Thank you so much for listening.